This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the San Francisco 49ers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Check 56. Mark!
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. He's got daylight. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now the second-year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A carry for Bryce Love, the 4th rounder from Stanford. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
3rd and 2. Now Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. This is Geis. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Go. Me. March 50. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 3rd and goal, Haskins to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. And even 60 yards after the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Garoppolo, quarterback sneak, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that. Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Geis with a carry on second down. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now a handoff. Geis going right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Geis. And Geis is going to be stopped short as he did not get the push he needed. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
It's 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it. Geis. And he will have the first down, but hold everything. A flag is down. This one might not stand. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tressway to punt it away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line. Here we go, here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They begin the drive with Coleman. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mike, 53. 12, fellas, here we go. Mike.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Gets this one to Juszczyk. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Big hit. Here we go, here we go, here we go. They're running it.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Goodwin able to haul it in. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
Here we go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
To throw is Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Coleman. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Watch 36.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. He's got the first down inside the 10. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchdown. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And some room to run now. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that? Hitting the defense hard early. And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former fifth-round pick. I remember that game, December, against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. On second down, it's Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and the Redskins scoop it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Following the turnover, it's Haskins. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
On the ready. 56, Mike, 56. Echo. 56, the muck boy, 56. Check 56. There we go.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd and 7, Haskins looking low, and that's caught inside the 35. Big yardage that time for the Redskins, and even 50 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game, and if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Mike 54. I got you. I got you. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
On 2nd and 7, Haskins. And he gets it complete to Latimer. Now the ball comes loose.
Come on, fellas. Let's go now. Henry.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking win.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go, D.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They come out here in the I.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Watch it. Safety's creeping. He's checking. He's checking. He's checking. Crash. Crash. Slam. 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 Switch it. Switch it. Switch it. Come on. Switch it.
3rd down. Here's Geis. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here?
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory. Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt. I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't he?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
That's good for a Washington Redskins first down.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They'll run with Geis. He's got a first down past the 30. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Safe. Check three. Motion.
Here's Geis. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. Now Haskins on 1st down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Here's Coleman, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. On 3rd down, Coleman. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a big spot for the rookie Haskins. Now a run with Geis. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Mike 50. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
On 2nd and 12, Haskins. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And he finds McLaurin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. Finding room at the 30, and all the way up to the 31-yard line.
A gain of 15 brings up 2nd down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. They will run again with Coleman. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down.
Here we go. 80.
56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Here we go, here we
Now
go.
they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
56, the Mike, boy, 56.
Now Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Check 52. Kill.
On the ground, it's Geis. He's got room to run past the 20. And finally taken down at the 26-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Ready up. Mike, 50, Mike. We got double up.
Now a give running left is Geis. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now it's Haskins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
Intercepted by the 49ers. His guys take over.
So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for San Francisco, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll be off to Minneapolis.